going to start with our perspective. So, what is the University of Louisville doing for students, faculty, and staff? LinkedIn Learning is for us all a great opportunity. I am going to share my screen, so I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about, and we can go from there. I hope you can all see my screen. Unless I hear otherwise, I will just.
Yes.
Yes, great. So what you see on the screen is our website, the Digital Transformation Center. Probably some of you may have seen that before, maybe somehow familiar, but what I'm focusing on today is on the top menu. The second option is Learn, and if you open the Learn resources, you will see that there is LinkedIn Learning for U of L. So the University of Louisville gives all of us this, as I said, amazing opportunity to have free access to LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is a learning platform, and the great thing is that it keeps the content constantly updated. So they work with subject matter experts, and they have learning opportunities for literally everyone. As a student, faculty, or staff at the University of Louisville, you can use LinkedIn Learning in two ways. You can be a learner, and which is something we always encourage you to be, regardless of your position, regardless of what you're doing. Because of again because of the offer of the platform, and because it keeps they keep their content constantly updated, so there is not the risk of learning something that is not applicable anymore or any longer. But at the same time, you can also be more active, and not just be a learner, be more active and curate content for maybe the people you work with, or for your students, for if you supervise, for the people you supervise, for your employees. So when you're on the Learn page, LinkedIn Learning for the University of Louisville, this is the first page that you see. And then you can, as I said, you can decide to dive a little bit more into the learning side of it, or the teaching or curating side of it. Let me focus on the teaching part. Here on the, so clicking on teaching with LinkedIn Learning, again, we call it teaching just for making it more understandable, but this is not just for instructors or faculty. Anyone can potentially become a curator, because different roles may benefit from this opportunity. On this page, you will find frequently asked questions and additional information on what does it mean to be a curator. How can I become a curator? It's super easy. How to become is basically contacting the Digital Transformation Center, or either via email or putting a request through a form, whatever it's easier for you. And you can also, if you wanna better understand what does it mean being a curator, at the bottom of the page you will find a learning path. You can find a playbook, and you can find some frequently asked questions that are directly from LinkedIn Learning.
So this is inside LinkedIn Learning, just as myself as a staff person here at U of L. And I use this to teach, to help faculty and staff and students. So you're going to see just a plethora of learning that you can do here inside LinkedIn Learning. You can go from this, an introduction to ChatGPT. I was researching for one of our deans some good content for faculty. Rock your LinkedIn profile. I was working with one of my mentees and was showing him how to build his LinkedIn profile. UX Foundations for Research, which is just something I'm interested in. Mentoring for Success with Megan West. Hopefully some of you are involved in this program, and mentoring and or menteeing with the Megan's group. Learning Wix here. This is something I'm interested in. This is just, it's so you don't have to go in here and have a great big learning path created for yourself. Their search engine is pretty fabulous. Down to computer and text neck stretching exercises I found. I never did finish that one, but let's type in here that, you know, conversational AI and see what pops up. So we go from 1 minute, almost 2 minute videos, all the way down to 57-minute videos. You can also see when this was created. As Elena said, they're really good at staying up to date. This chatbots and conversational AI, they updated this 6 days ago. It's hard for our faculty to stay that current as these tech trends change. So if you don't have a LinkedIn Learning profile, go to your LinkedIn. U of L pays for us to have access to that, faculty, staff, and students. We do a lot of work with LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning has another customer service representative by the name of Samantha Henson, who does work with us. We have some students from a specific course who we have LinkedIn Learning champions, and they help build knowledge around what all is accessible to students, because nobody knows better than students themselves what their interests are and where they lay in as an intersection of what they're learning from our esteemed faculty, and as well as what they are seeing on the street, so to speak. So I think Sam does an amazing job with that. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Alyssa yet, so I'm excited to meet with her. Alyssa Rowe, LinkedIn Learning. She's a senior customer success manager. She works specifically with higher ed institutions. She has been with LinkedIn for over 9 years, starting back when it was lynda.com. I don't even remember that term. She's passionate about lifelong learning and working with customers to make sure they get the most out of LinkedIn Learning.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties, but I'm glad that I was able to get in. I really appreciate you joining. My name's Alyssa Rowe. I am a senior customer success manager at LinkedIn Learning. I have been here for coming up on 10 years. So really excited to do this session for you. Hopefully you learned a couple new things. But I have just a very quick deck that I want to go through. We have launched some new features over the last couple months, so I wanted to highlight those. And then I'm going to do just a quick demo, show you how to use LinkedIn Learning, show you how to use some of those new features. So because I'm a little bit late, I'm just going to hop right into it. So let me go ahead and present. All right. So what is LinkedIn Learning? So a little bit about LinkedIn. So I'm sure most of you know about LinkedIn.com. We have 1 billion professionals over there. That was a milestone we hit late last year. There's over 20 million jobs on LinkedIn. And the goal here is to get you connected to other professionals around the world, stay informed, get you into that next position. And what we've really tried to do is connect the bridge between LinkedIn and LinkedIn Learning. So in 2015, LinkedIn realized that there was an opportunity to help professionals get what they need to get that next job. And so they acquired lynda.com, which was originally what the platform was. I want to say when we went through the acquisition, we probably had maybe 3,000 courses, and now we're up to 21,000. So it's been quite a big journey going through that. So I want to talk about a little bit about what LinkedIn Learning is and how it can help you. So our goal is to really just help you find the content that you need for those specific skills that you have. We're hearing that skill gaps are widening, especially with technology and how quickly it's moving. And so we, like I said, have over 21,000 courses. We really try to help you get what it is that you need. And then, like I said, get the skills that matter. So we have over 25 languages on LinkedIn Learning now. And then we also have over 3,000 different experts that are teaching our courses. And we really try to keep up and make sure that we have the most relevant content, especially if it's software based. We try to have it launch within a week of the new software coming out. If you're unaware, we're actually owned by Microsoft, so anything Microsoft related, it will come out the same day as new software rollouts happen. We have a lot of different ways that you can learn. So I'll go through the demo and show you. The majority of our content is video based. You can watch it through linkedinlearning.com. You can go to the LinkedIn Learning app. There's different ways that you can watch, but we also have audio only courses that you can listen to. We have hands-on practice in a bunch of different forms. So it really allows you to get the best out of just watching the course, allowing you to practice it and make sure that you get the skills that you need. And then we also have, and I'll go over this in the demo, but a couple new features to really help you find the right content. So we've actually embedded AI into our platform to help you find the most relevant content for you. And then as far as admins go, they have the ability to pull in custom content as well. Like I mentioned, skills are changing pretty rapidly, and AI is just speeding things up even more. So we found, and this was from a report that was done recently, that 84% of LinkedIn members are in occupations that could leverage generative AI. And so we have a ton of content on that. We have found that 65% of the skills needed for the average member's job will change by 2030. And then 680 million members have added skills to their profile, which is up 80% year over year. So things are happening very quickly. So we want to really help you along that form. Like I mentioned, we have a couple different ways that you can learn on LinkedIn Learning, the audio only courses. We have learning groups that you can join. There's Q&A functions on all of the courses that we offer. Sometimes if you ask a question on a specific course, the author will actually chime in and answer it for you. We also have live office hours that happen weekly on a bunch of different topics by some of our awesome experts. And then also, I had mentioned the LinkedIn Learning app. There's a new feature that just launched in December. It's called the Daily tab. It's one of the tabs down at the bottom. And it almost interacts like a social media, like TikTok. And so there are these really quick nano tips courses that are less than a minute long. You scroll through just like you would any other social media, but instead of going on Instagram and learning how to make sourdough, you're learning something that might be relevant to your career. So it pulls all the same, your skills. If you've connected a LinkedIn profile, it will pull your job title, any goals that you have set. It will pull all of that in to recommend content to you, similar to the general recommendations that you see on the homepage. And then one other thing I wanted to highlight is just the different hands-on experiences. So a lot of our courses have quizzes that you can take as you're going through the different chapters. Some of them will have a just chapter quiz at the end to make sure that you're understanding the content. Over 10,000 of our courses include exercise files, which are files that the author uses in the course, so you can use it alongside, practice, make sure that you're getting the same results as the author. And then the GitHub exercises and code challenges are fairly new. This is a really nice way to make sure that you're understanding coding, but then also in the code challenges, it will tell you if you're getting the correct results or not. So just to kind of highlight some of the things that we have done. to really make sure that you are getting the most out of your learning. All right, so that was just a quick overview. Now we are going to hop into a demo. Give me 1 second and I will pull this up. All right, so I just have my LinkedIn Learning account and we're going to go through it. Okay, so when you log into LinkedIn Learning, this is what you see. On the homepage, you're always going to see recommendations based off of those things that I mentioned, your job title, if you've connected your profile, any skills that you said you want to follow when you registered. When you scroll down, you'll see like top picks, this week's top courses, things like that. Generally, when you're going into LinkedIn Learning, you have an idea of what it is that you're looking for, but at any time, if you're not really sure, you can always go to this content section over here on the left, and you'll see we have 3 different libraries. There's a business library, technology, and creative. You can click into any of these, take a look at the different topics, and kind of click through and see. But like I said, generally you have something in mind. So I know entrepreneurship is very top of mind right now. So I just wanted to highlight some of the courses that we have. So if you do a search using the search bar at the top, it's going to come up and show you we have 137 results, but that is a combination of the different types of content that we offer. And so I want to go over and make sure that you understand the difference between some of these. So a course is like, if you think of it like a book, it's the entire thing. It's broken up into chapters. Each chapter is broken into a video. Usually videos are between 3 to 5 minutes long. They all have a key takeaway, and generally in the title, it'll tell you what's covered. We also have what we call learning paths, and I will show you what those look like. This is essentially a path that LinkedIn has put together to get you a very specific skill set. So this one in particular is start and manage a small business. We have put together a collection of 10 different courses. It's 9.5 hours long, and you can look through to see what courses make up this learning path. And down at the bottom, it'll show you who the authors are. One thing I want to highlight is on LinkedIn Learning, anytime you watch a course 100%, you will receive a certificate of completion. In addition to this, if you watch one of the learning paths that we have created, you'll actually receive a certificate for the entire learning path as well. You have the ability to post that on your LinkedIn profile if that's something you're interested in. And then we also have the audio courses. So I would say if you are looking for something specific, please use the filters. It will really help you narrow down the search because you don't want to look through 137 different options. So if you're just looking for a full course, you can do that here. If you say maybe only have 1 hour to 2 hours, you can use the filters for that. If you're a beginner, you can use the filters for that just to really help you narrow it down. So just by choosing that, we're down to 4 results. Makes it a lot easier to find what it is that you're looking for. I'm going to click into one of the courses just so we can quickly go over what it looks like. But like I mentioned, it's made up of different chapters, and each chapter is consisted of different videos. So you'll see the table of contents over here off to the left, each chapter, and then each of the videos is usually between 3 to 5 minutes long. If you scroll down below the video player, you'll see it will give you course details, learning objectives, what skills are covered. If we happen to have any CEU credits that align with this course that you can get, they will be here. Those exercise files that I mentioned are listed here. If we have any certificates and all of those extras, I'll go over in a little bit. There's also the Q&A section that you can ask or answer any questions. There's a notebook where you can take notes and it will timestamp it. So if you want to go back and see when it was that you took that note, you can. And then there's also a transcript. One thing that's really helpful is if you are looking for a course on a specific topic and there's a keyword that you can search for to see if there's something in particular that you want to find in that course, you can actually search in the transcript. So you'd search in the course, you type in the keyword, and it will tell you if that is included in this course. So that's a great way to help you find the right content. This course is in our English language library. Like I mentioned, we do have additional languages. But one thing I want to highlight is we now offer auto-translated subtitles in different languages. I think there's 22 different languages for all of our English library courses. So at any time, if you find a course that's in English, but you want to see the subtitles in a different language, all you have to do is click on the closed captioning, and then you can select it and it will start playing in the other language for you. Couple other things, you can always like courses. You can save them to your account so you can watch them later, or you can actually create your own collection, which is like a playlist of courses. You can also recommend it to someone if you want to as well. All right, so that is sort of an overview of just doing like your normal search for content. But one thing that we started in December was this AI coach. And essentially what we've done is embedded ChatGPT into LinkedIn Learning to really allow you to find content a lot faster. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to say, how can I, or I want to learn, or do you have courses on XYZ? It's going to ask you leading questions, just like ChatGPT would. And then at the end, it'll say, okay, here are the courses that we recommend based off of the conversation. So it's a really cool tool to help you find what it is you're looking for. You can also say, like, can I see courses under 2 hours long? And it will update the recommendations there. So highly recommend using that to find the content that you're looking for. All right. So talking about bridging LinkedIn Learning and LinkedIn. Obviously, we have a ton of courses for you to learn skills, but we have really put an emphasis on helping you get to that next job. And so we have created a couple different features. Some of them just launched this week, so I'm really excited to show you those. The first of all, they're all going to be located under My Career Journey. There's a new tab off to the left. So the first one is a career goal, and you have the ability to say what your goal is for next 6 to 12 months. I want to stay in my current career? Do I want to move into a new role? Do I want to develop skills to manage a team? If you select that you want to transition to a new career, it's going to ask you what the job title is. And essentially what this is going to do is it's going to recommend content to you right here on the home page based off of that career goal. It's going to look at the skills you need for that job and then recommend you content based off of the skills. So you can update this at any time under My Career Journey, but this is just a nice step to help you find the right content. You can also update the skills that need to be developed at any time. It will recommend content to you based off of that. But I'm really excited to show you this learning plan. This is new. It just launched, I think, yesterday. And essentially what it's doing is taking that career goal one step further. So in addition to recommending content to you, what it's allowing you to do is actually create this learning plan where it will say, okay, these are the skills that I specifically need to focus on for that job. I can go through and I can add courses to, it's essentially like a nicer, cleaner version of a collection for me. And I can start watching the content and work my way through. I can add courses to the ones that are automatically recommended. And this is just a really nice tool to kind of help you, give you a little bit more direction. So you can see it automatically focused on 6 skills. There were 18 courses that were included, and it's a little over 17 hours of content. I did nothing. This is done automatically just based off of my career goal. And then there is another feature that is coming soon that is called a Next Role Explorer. And what it's going to do is it's going to take your current role and the skills needed for that job. And it's going to say, okay, here are 5 or 6 different roles that you could potentially move into based off of the skills that you currently have. And then it will also list these are the skills that you need to work on and allow you to save those into your learning plan as well. Another thing I want to highlight too is sometimes you're not really sure where you want to go next. So if you go to content under any of these 3 libraries, you'll also see these role guides. And essentially this is just a one-stop shop where you can go in and you can learn about a role. So I just clicked on customer service manager. It's going to give me an idea of what skills are needed. It's going to recommend content to me. If we have any learning paths, if we have any professional certifications, the EU credits, I will still go over those. It's sort of just like a one-stop shop to learn about different roles. So we have, I want to say it's close to 60 of them out of the 3 different libraries, and you can click into any of those at any time and learn about them. We are adding more. This is still a relatively new feature, so as more job trends change, we will add more role guides into it as well. And then if we're looking at one of these and we see, I don't have any of these skills to be a data analyst, I can go ahead and take what we call a skills evaluation to see how proficient I am. So I know Excel has one. What you do is you just search for the topic, and if we happen to have a skills evaluation, it's going to show up in this gray box above the content results. And I want to show you what it looks like. So it's going to ask you a question, and then it's just going to say, okay, how well can you answer this? And it's going to essentially break down the Excel skill into sub-skills, if you will, and say, okay, based off of your results, you are a beginner in this area, you're intermediate in this area, you're advanced in this area. Here are some courses that you specifically can take to help upskill in the areas that you need. So this is really just for your personal development. No admins can see it or anything like that. It's really just a tool for you to get a good understanding of how proficient you are and to allow you to very easily find content that is specific to your needs. So based off of my random clicks, I'm advanced in these areas and intermediate in these areas. And if I scroll down, here are some courses for specifically working with pivot tables and pivot charts, working with tables. So we have 24 different skills evaluations. Half of them are hard skills, half of them are soft skills. Unfortunately, we don't have like a one-stop shop to find them all. You do have to search for them. So if you're ever looking for one, just type in a keyword. I know we have some for like leadership and things like that. And then if we happen to have one, it will be listed there at the top. All right. Couple other things I wanted to highlight. The coding practice, I very briefly went over it, but you can actually take a look at it here on the navigation bar on the left. We have code challenges and the GitHub code spaces. All of them will be listed here. You can click on the one that you're looking for to find the results that you're looking for. In addition to just the content that we offer, we also have some professional certificates. We have cert prep courses that you can take. We actually have certification practice exams. These just launched earlier this year. Any courses that offer CEU credits will be listed here, and then some of them include academic credits as well. So feel free to take a look at these. These are really nice value adds to the library to give you a little bit extra. And then one other thing I wanted to highlight is this is a new section here, trending topics. Obviously, AI is top of mind. Cybersecurity, software development, those tend to be trending topics. So we have created like a one-stop shop to learn about that. So if you click on the AI one, it's going to give you new and featured courses. Here are some for AI practitioner. If you want to look at the learning paths, what skills are top skills for AI right now, if we have any certifications. So it's a really great place to just kind of get everything you need related to AI. I know we are going to create more of these, so keep an eye out for those coming soon. And then the last thing I wanted to highlight is just your learning. So this is where you can find any courses that you've saved, any courses that you've started. You can take a look at the skills that you're following, those skills evaluations that you've taken in the past. You can retake them at any time, but you can click here to see your results of those evaluations. You can also take a look at collections. So these are any ones that you have created for yourself. And then also your learning history. So this is going to be any course that you've completed 100%. If you did want to post them on your LinkedIn profile, it's a very easy couple clicks if you connected your profile. What you do is just click on this menu and then click on add to profile. It will ask you, are you sure? And it will post it to your LinkedIn profile. If you have chosen not to connect your profile when you have registered, that's absolutely fine. It's just going to make you download the certificate and then you go to linkedin.com, log in, and then you can manually upload it that way. So it's still an option, just a couple extra steps for you there. All right, so that is everything on LinkedIn Learning. I know that was a lot to cover in 20 minutes. So I want to take a couple minutes to see if anyone has any questions, if there's anything you want me to go over again. How are we feeling?
If anyone, I also wanted to say that if anyone has different needs, something that maybe requires a little bit more than just a quick answer that Alyssa can provide you today, please let us know. We have this amazing opportunity to collaborate with LinkedIn Learning, and then you will see we have great collaboration with Adobe and all other tech partners of the university, and we want to make the most of that. And I have to say there has been a lot of availability from LinkedIn Learning to provide additional support. Maybe it will be a 15 minutes, meeting to provide guidance. So anyway, it's just me. I just wanted to remind everyone that this is an open conversation. This stuff technology happens twice a year, just as a reminder. But we are working with them constantly on a monthly basis, and so it's just it's a conversation that never ends.
Adobe is coming up next at 11 a.m., not p.m. Eric Rowe and Aubrey Sauer will be with us, so I look forward to seeing them. See you guys in just a moment.